Okay. Good, good, good. Everybody's moved. Let's go to this one. So Boomtown, we get rid of that. The engineers, they're on the boat. Going north. Spearmen, you guys are doing here a little garrison work down here. Oh, we got some more rebel problem down here. Serious rebel problem down here. Granary. Buy you, get some food in here, so we can convert some of these farmers over to workers and build some other stuff faster, more quickly. Settler. Oh, you guys. So, oh, that's right. You're going to put you out in the middle of swampland and see how you do. Oracle, just detection range, reduces unrest by that. We don't have an unrest problem here. Research guild. Research? Yeah, I don't like the mana hit. Not this point. Not this point of the game. Armorer's Guild doesn't. So, do we get a work on? Oh, these are orcs. That's right. Not the Soultrapped. Soultraps don't get the war college. Fantastic stable. Sure, why not? Okay, so you build. So go build in the swamps. 14 maximum population, 9% bonus to production. There's 10 and 9. 16 and no bonus. 16 bonus. And I'll go 14 and 9. Take advantage of those forests there because they're 2 away. Good. Yeah, we have to build some roads over there going that way too now. It's okay, our engineers didn't really have much to do. Okay, so that was set. Recall hero. Well, this is gonna be a problem. He's might beat us to those werewolves. Ping. I will get there before they do. Dragon turtles. These dragon turtles decimate us at this point, I think. With their 8 armor. 15 health. Yeah, that'd be not fun. But we're not at war, so it's not a big deal. Yet. Research spells. Fire Giant. Reconstruct. Extract min. Oh, this is a new spell. The spell finds minerals hidden deep in the earth and brings them to the surface, thus allowing the wizard to add a new resource on a chosen hex. A new mineral can only be spawned on a hex that is at least 1 tile away from another resource. Yes, please. So this is a spell specific, I think, to the Soultrapped. I don't think it's technically part of any particular realm. It's just to the Soultrapped themselves, part of the DLC stuff. Okay, Kragar. Temple in 8. Yes. Sar. Shrine in 6. Yeah, we'll hold our money for now. After we do a shrine, work on the library. Forester's Guild for food and stuff. There's our granary. Oh, yeah, now that we have a little bit extra food, we put those over the workers, make this go faster. Rune, welcome back. I came because Pathfinder, I stayed because Doggo. Thank you.
You are welcome. Now, go kill something.
Actually, one of these days I need to do a stream where I'll just have the big screen will be the dog camera and the little screen will be me playing the game. I should do that, huh? I wonder how well that would go over. I'm doing well, Rune. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? So, Armorer's Guild. And put some walls there just for fun. It's a good typo. Not the first time either. Right, waiting on dinner to be done. My dinner's still 5 hours away at least. Lies of P. Oh, yeah, that new game. That didn't really appeal to me for some reason. Supposed to be here for a reason, or... Oh, actually, these guys are supposed to be going with those guys over here. You've played all Souls games. Oh, yeah, I'm not into that game that style of game. It's too frustrating for me. I'm too old. My reflexes aren't what they used to be, so those type of games don't really work for me anymore. Okay, so you got 19, 20 tops? Really? Based on what? My dog is 16. Well, that one's 16 and the other one's 16 too. They're brothers. Dogs are almost that old. We were going to wait for a reinforcement unit to have a full army to go in here, but I don't want to wait on them, so... Oh, we're supposed to win. Based on my Twitch bio? Oh, you're being funny then. So you actually read it. Somebody actually read the bio part. So therefore, the 19 to 20 years old tops is someone trying to be funny. Let's see. So magic-wise, these guys are undead. We usually take that as a compliment, though. Yeah, but I'm not a woman, so there's that. Illusion immunity. To see through invisibility and protects against most illusion-based attacks. See through invisibility. Does that include blur? Actually, can he cast blur? I don't think he can. Sorcery. Confusion. Confusion won't work on them. Blur is 22, so he can't cast it. I'm going to cast blur just to see if it works. Well, we won't be able to tell. That's a problem. If we cast blur, we're not really going to see if it actually affects them at all. When your army making it seem blurry and confusing to the enemy, all friendly units become more difficult to hit. Each point of damage is... we can see. Can't hurt. Game looks like Age of Wonders. Probably because Age of Wonders is based off the original Magister of Magic. This is a remake of the 1994 Master of Magic, and Age of Wonders is very much influenced by the original Master of Magic. That's why it looks like Age of Wonders. The first was a lot better than the last ones. Yeah. Because again, influences. Here. Last. That guy. Ah, good hit. Good hit. A little soulless giant. So artillery might work here. He does not have a ranged attack, so you stay there. Oh, he might be able to do some other magic though. That's not illusion based. Oh, that's right, they regenerate. Point spell. Well, I can do a firebolt. We have lightning too, though. Magic bullet, that doesn't really help me right now. Lightning bolt. Let's do lightning bolt. No damage. Oh, 1 damage. Killed one, actually. Go us. Did you know that the first 2 or 3 Final Fantasy games were so based on D&D that Square Enix got sued for it? No, because I never really played Final Fantasy games before. Yeah, I never played Final Fantasy, so... You don't remember where wasn't they there? Welcome to the stream, DJM. They are there. Look at Shield of Endurance. Use that. So, endurance is a... Ends of endurance, that's a movement thing, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. Just realized we gave him this specifically because that's more armor because he's melee. He's ranged, so he'll benefit from that large shield a little bit more because it protects you a little bit better from missiles, aka arrows. Okay. Oh, look, he leveled up. Go win. Okay, then your turn. No mere ruins. It's a dungeon guarded by a hellhound. Master of Magic, Mom. Moo is Master of Orion. AOW, of course, is Age of Wonders. What others out there? So many acronyms. We don't have enough acronyms in our lives. If he needs to take damage, you can just kill him like that. Anyway, easy win. Okay, so there's a dungeon. Pick up 60 mana. Go to our choices. And continue exploring. Free gold. What's down there? We'll go take a look, see what's in there. Is Dota... In Dota, it's Mask of Madness. Well, in different places, it's going to be different things. Going to the swamp to start a city. Go works. So we have 400 gold to spend if we want, 800 mana. So Armorer's Guild for accepted 3. Miner's Guild in 8. Lab City. How big is Lab City? 900 or 9,000 population. What else do we have? Your town's going to break 6,000 population next turn. Shrine. We want to get a shrine to get rid of these rebels in the city, so we'll get that now. It's the bulk of our money, so we're good. Next turn. I'm sure they're totally happy that we beat them to the punch there. Just good. Okay, you guys, you need to build a road going down here to this city. Build it through there and then swoop back down that way, probably. And our scout. Sorry, recount. What's in here? Keep forgetting to do this. So again, the red beams much tougher than the yellow beams. We're not going in there. That's just nuts. Ding. Okay, you guys are done. And we determined that that might be possible. Stoning Gaze is a dangerous thing. He's got a lot of health. But got artillery. 3 units of artillery, basically. I'm going to take a shot at it. I guess I headed over here to take a look at that. Let's verify this is a spot. No, that's a spot there. I'll build here. We'll get access to 3 forests. That'll help. No hills, though, that I see. Sure. A bit of grasslands. It'll be fine. Otar. What's my favorite game? Well, it's funny you should ask. The original Master Magic was one of my all-time favorites. Top 3, no problem. Any genre, any platform. The original Master Magic, and this one is pretty close because it's a pretty true interpretation of the original. So this is definitely up there. But as far as other favorites, Master Orion 2, of course, the original XCOM, even the newer XCOMs too, not too bad. I don't know. If you want to go based on hours put into games, like games that I put over 1,000 hours into according to Steam, you got a few of those. You can classify those as favorites. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, favorites change over time. And select them. Let's say, according to Steam, it would be, let's see what, MechWarrior Online, the new Pathfinder games. So I'm up with 1,000 in each of those, 1,000 hours. The Mountain Blade 2 is getting up there. BattleTech's another one. The new game came out a couple years back. Shit, what else? I have to look at Steam to see. Usually got one to go back to. Well, that's the thing, is like it's not for me. There's actually a group of games that I go back to over time. Yeah, it's back in the, well, I was gonna say back in the day. Back in the day for me was 30 years ago. Maybe even 40. Actually, it is 40. You know, over time, stuff changes. Your likes and dislikes change. But having said that, I've always had a thing for turn-based strategy games. I mean, since the very beginning. It's always been, yes, I've done the arcade games and stuff like that, like, you know, Pac-Man and Combat and Frogger and Centipede and all those guys. I played all those. I loved them. But the games that have always done the most for me are the turn-based strategy ones. Those are the games I've always played. Doesn't matter. And I've always enjoyed playing them since the very beginning. Even though in the very beginning, they weren't that off. There weren't that many of them back in the late 70s, early 80s. But at about the mid 80s or so, they started coming out. And since then, that's been it for me, for the most part. It doesn't mean I don't like FPSs. I like FPSs. I loved Doom when it first came out back in the 90s. It was, and its predecessors too, like Wolfenstein and, you know, those guys. You know, that little group of games in the early to mid 90s, the FPSs. I love playing those games. I still like playing them today. It's just that today my reflexes suck. My hands aren't as good as they used to be. They're damaged through time and using computers too much over the years. You know, so FPSs are not my games of choice anymore. It's not because I don't like them. It's because I'm just bad at them, and I don't enjoy playing them as much. Even though, you know, I still do play them, like Starfield. Starfield is technically an FPS of a sort, and I love playing that game. It's fun. I really do. But if you watch me play, you can see how bad I am at it when it comes to shooting stuff. So it's just the way it is. And it's also why I try to use controllers now, you know, console controllers. If a game has, like, such as a shooter like Starfield, I can use I use an Xbox controller mostly for that. And it's because otherwise it bothers my hands too much to use a mouse and keyboard to do FPSs type stuff. This game I'm just using, you know, mouse and keyboard because it's not as click heavy and that kind of stuff. It's a little bit easier to use. It's not as harsh on the hands. So But what else would you like to know? As far as games that I go back to, there's a bunch of them. There's Dwarf Fortress I go back to, especially with the new one that came out finally. But I used to go back to the ASCII version, the original one. I used to go back to that one every now and then. What else? X4 I keep going back to. And that's actually got the Star Wars mod is supposed to be getting an update here and then fairly soon. Looking forward to seeing what they've done with that one. Because I've been playing that off and on for the last couple of months. Mountain Blade. Mountain Blade. The Mountain Blade games, I go back to those from time to time. What else? Again, there's tons. Total War? Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I've played most of them. I haven't played all the Total War games, but I put a lot of time into Total War Rome. I really like that one. Total War Medieval 1 and 2. Really love those. And then Total War, the Warhammer series, 1, 2, and 3, has ruined the other Total War games for me. I can't really bother to play the other Total War games anymore because of what they've done with the Warhammer stuff. It's so more. It's just so much more. And that series has ruined all the other Total War games for me. It's funny. Say, we're going to put these roads, magic roads. I'm going to put this around Gear Town. Actually, right there. That'll help a little bit. And I'm pretty sure I'm up over 1,000 hours. Heroes of Might and Magic. I've played the Heroes of Might and Magic games, but I never really got into them. And I don't really have a reason why, other than I didn't. That's the only, I just never really got into them. I don't know why exactly. It's not because they're bad, I just never really got into them. 1 is better than 2? I agree. Total War 1 is better than Total War 2, or than Rome 2. I agree there. So 2 turns for our library. We can wait on that. Next turn. Get off my lawn. Ping. I guess we're headed this direction. Gotta be careful. We know that's going to be occupied, so we're not going to bother to look. Go. Toad Lake. Goblins. Lots of goblins. Cut him off. Don't let him get there. Okay, now you guys are going to build a road down to there. I forget if it's faster to go through for it. Actually, it'll find the fastest way. So, swamps. That way. It's a big turtle. It's a dragon turtle. And they've got 4 of them. Not ruins, it's a dungeon. And you guys feeling lucky? And no, I'm not really. The Hydra. Actually, saying we use magic, we got a pretty good chance to not lose anything. Maybe. The Hydra are the dangerous ones. The breath weapons are going to decimate us, so... I'm not sure why it's given us such a good chance to win this. I know the priests are decent being elites. They don't have any... I think it's because they don't have any ranged units. I'm going to save scum this one. Because you underestimate myself? No, it's not, I don't underestimate. It's not a question of thinking I won't win. It's just how many units am I going to lose in the process. That's my concern. It's not that I don't think I'll win. It's just I don't want to lose any units in the process. Okay, so confusion or blur? Confusion first. Who wants to be confused? Gargoyle or Doombat? Let's go gargoyles. Gargoyles are confused. We have confused them, so they're out of the fight. More effort to get experience and buffed units replaced. Yeah. More effort to get experience and or buffed units replaced. Yeah, that's the problem. Is there's some experienced units in this army, and I really don't want to lose them. So. Oh, that's a good shot out of Bashan for a change. Now let them come to us. Gives us chance. See Mr. Confused Gargoyle there. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit more into the defense portion of our program with Blur. This makes us harder to hit. Everyone. We can't attack that. Now we focus fire the Hydra. Because he's still the most dangerous. He's actually hurting pretty good. Gargoyle's going crazy because they're confused, which is good. Delayed them coming in to get us. This should give us a chance to kill the Hydra. Okay, we got this. Now we got this. Now I don't have real problems. Any damage? The Hydra had got 3 heads. Why not shoot arrows with meat on its neck? Then it is bound to start eating itself. Yeah, it's not an option. It's a good idea, but it's just not an option. I don't know. Okay, so no units lost, so that went much better than... Honestly, that went better than I thought it was. I thought the Hydra was going to put up a better fight. Anyway, first part of the dungeon. We pick up a Helm of Strength, so it's +2 melee and range attack bonus to somebody that might be able to wear that, but unfortunately, we have better stuff in the current slots. So anyway, choices. Oh, what's this? Spell Learn. Fire Giant. Weren't we researching that? What, wasn't I researching Fire Giant? Continue exploring. So, no more stuff to fight. 160 gold, 60 mana, an Orb of Water Walking, and Raise Volcano. Through the power of chaos, the wizard commands a volcano to rise from the ground. The created volcano produces no food or minerals, but provides 1 mana per turn. Except... Like I said, I didn't think I was going to lose. The question was how many units was I going to lose? And in this case, the answer was none. So I'm happy with the results, believe it or not. I'm not disappointed. Cathedral in 10. So, volcano spell. Moving from the ground, create a volcano, produces no food or minerals, but provides mana. I lost terrible? No, I lost well. No, I won. I won terrible. Welcome back, Harbinger. The strategic mastermind wouldn't lose a unit after all. Do you know any? Good afternoon, Harbinger. Welcome back. Oh no, I wasn't researching Fire Giant. We were researching extract minerals still. You guys, guard. That's our turn. I'm moving up there with our newest settlers and guards and engineers. And still exploring. It's a race. Now this is another interesting fight. Now we're in keep this time though. The 4 spiders are going to be a problem because they can freeze units with their webs. It's a little bit not so good. And again, the basilisk is going to be tough too because the stoning gaze, he can kill units with that thing. So gotta be careful. We leveled up. Which is Blur. Blur was 20 something, wasn't it? Yeah, 22. Oh, but he can do confusion. He can do confusion, Gimpy can do the blur. Confusion on the basilisk? Fingers crossed? Oh, it worked on the basilisk. So the basilisk is confused. I think we've won this fight. We don't even have to blur. And he's under our control for the first round. He's on our team, sort of. So now he's stuck. Oh, interesting bug. He's still under our control, but can't do anything. Now that's bad that he's coming in our direction, though. Everybody back up. Your spell was so strong that even Gimpy's PC got confused. That's actually kind of true, actually. Now we're okay. So, he's not under anybody's control at the moment. Oh, he's webbed. That's why he's not working. Oops. Ow? How the hell did that happen? How did that happen? These spiders aren't that tough. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. Wow, they are. Oh, it's their poison, isn't it? The poison 4, that's harsh stuff. That's what the issue is there. Basilisk is confused. He's back alive. Flying at least. Yeah, and very harsh. Oh, that's right. We gotta wait for him to become ours. There we go. So again, I forgot it. We're not immune to their poison. That's what happened. Is they've got the really strong poison. Forward to getting everyone killed on Sunday from Niagara. Niagara? What are you talking about, Harbinger? Anyway, we won. +1 fame. Lost the mana, of course, from using it. Black asked. +1 melee attack bonus to resist elements. Relearn to spell Reconstruct, which is to bring... That would have been... Well, that wouldn't really help us. Basically, this allows you to bring back a construct unit during combat, and then they die at the end. If they die in combat, use that. Good to go. Anyway. Of course, now we know we can do that one too. But we need replacement units. We lost the swordsman. Going over here. Beating up on those units or areas. There. Our soul cannons leveling up. Oh, I didn't know you were in... I knew you were in Canada, but you didn't say anything about Niagara yesterday, so I didn't know that's where you're going. You're going to get everyone killed. How are you going to get everyone killed? Putting everybody in a barrel and going, good luck? I don't think they let you do that anymore. Look, it's a bank. Foresters Guild in 9. Forester Guild gets us food and production. Orc City. We'll see what else we have out there. Deer Town. Housing's up to 6,500. Let's get some other stuff. Like so much time. Do more housing. I was too tired to spell Niagara last night. So anyway, 579 for the Foresters Guild there. Miners Guild in 6. For Hardhammer. Hardhammer's got the Mithril, so I think we actually do want to build a Miners Guild here. We can move on to the next thing, because this city's going to be more than likely producing combat units for us because of the Mithril, which we need the Alchemist Guild for. So we'll work on that next. Eric's after that. 466 gold left. Sawmill in 7 for Vile Town. Oh, this is also another Mithril city. 2 Mithril ores. Damn it. Should have done Should have played or planned better there. It's okay. Oh, this is the it's because the orc town was already there to the right, so we couldn't get any. Actually, we probably should have raised the orc town. We could have built 2 cities. Right, move this one over 1 space and move the orc where the orc is over 1 space. We could have 2 cities produced with mithril. Anyway, oh well, no big deal. Sawmill, smithing. That's right. Next turn. I'm not exactly sure why I saw that. But... yes, we're almost here. I think I have different music based on the plane we're on. Beastmasters. Ugh, he's got 7 Beastmasters in this little army. Beastmasters, these are a goblin unit. Top tier unit for them. Basically, they summon these big fat rats. And I'm not kidding you, that's the name of the unit. It's Big Fat Rat. Sorry, a fat rat. I call it a big fat rat because, you know, I'm more respectful. These things are awesome. They're not the best unit out there, but they're free. For each one of these, they can summon one of these. So in this particular army, when they start combat, they can summon 7 extra units, and those rats are really good, actually. They're not great, but they're really good, because when they bite, they cause bleeding, and it stacks. So every time they bite somebody, they take 2 bleeding. So they bite them once, 2 bleeding, twice, 2 bleeding, 2 more, so up to 4. And if there's multiple rats chewing on the same one, it stacks together, so you can get the bleed jump really high. And if the units that are bitten, that are bleeding, don't make their saving throw on their turn, they bleed and they usually die. They cause disease or poison. No, it's not. It's the bite is a bleed. So it's kind of, it's basically the idea behind it. Is basically they bite something and it causes them to bleed, so they take 2 points of damage for every bite the following turn, unless they make a save based on their resistance and stuff like that. And a lot of units don't make their saves. They're actually really tough or really effective. And when you get 7 of them out first round, because usually my strategy with the goblins is, if you have this many, you have these guys sit back and they all summon their rats up real close to the other army, and they go charging in and start biting stuff. It doesn't matter if the rats die or not, because they're disposable. They're free. You'll get them back the next fight, and they just go in there, they distract and they bite and they do damage and stuff. And once that's done, and when that's done, the next turn, these guys are also ranged attacks too. They've got 4 ammo, and their range attack isn't horrible at 8. So at least, yeah, that's low experience. So yeah, they're actually really good units. They're scary, or can be very effective. Not going to get folks killed by that wacky build of yours. Yeah. They're not the cleanest of animals. Did the boats fight? They can fight, yes. Only on the water, though. Only on the water. Vile Town. So this is our new city. Smithy? 5 turns? No. Alchemist Guild in 8. Guess we're going to have to wait for that one because I spent all my money. Rongar, so Orc City. Walls in 2. War College, so all troops start as veterans. Sure. Fantastic stuff, and then might as well too to get the Orc Magicians and their little fireballs. I mean, like, if you meet a street rat in a big city and it bites you, bleeding will be the least of your problems. They do more than bleed. No, they don't. They're a summoned unit. So they can't be super strong. The bleed, trust me, the bleed is enough. The bleed is enough. Oh, look, Rocket's here now. And he didn't wake up Mickey. Good job, Rocket. Okay, you guys. That's right, we need reinforcements. Oh, shit. Keep forgetting about this one. Iron ore. So iron ore does reduce the construction cost of normal units by 5%. Can be changed to gold if you have the magic to do it, which we don't. Builder's Hall. 10 turns? How about 1 turn? Do I play card games? Example, Magic the Gathering. Not anymore. I really haven't played Magic since the 90s. The early 90s. When did I stop? I stopped playing Master of Magic when I met Mrs. Gimpy. That. The last time I played Magic the Gathering was probably 1996. That's when I met Mrs. Gimpy. I still have all my cards, too. Not that it's a great collection or anything, but that's the last time I played. And I played some of the computer games, too, but I don't have the time and the patience to redo that stuff again. I can be sitting at a gold mine? I'm not. Trust me, none of the cards I have are that rare. At least I don't think they are. Pretty sure they're not. I don't remember having anything good at the time. Because I had friends who were really into it, and they were always going through my cards going, keep it, keep it, keep it, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. They were doing that to me all the time, but I never threw anything away. Graham, you mean Blood Rager, who is a dragon so everyone will die? Everyone's going to die, Graham. Black Lotus? Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I do not have a Black Lotus. I know I do not have a Black Lotus. Doesn't have to be a first edition, too, to get that kind of money for it. Can't be one of those reprints. Fire elementals. Are we healthy? We are healthy. Look, it's a cave. And we're supposed to win. Pristine quality. Well, yeah, that's usually the way it works. Although I did find, what was it, a few months back? My former business. I retired 3 years ago, just before COVID started. And for reasons, health reasons. And Mrs. Gimpy, though, still runs a portion of the business. And a few months ago, it's basically real estate management. Basically landlords. But we were landlords for other people, not ourselves. And but a couple of months ago, she had to clean out a house because they evicted the people because they weren't paying the rent and all this other fun stuff. Using COVID as an excuse, and they can't use it as an excuse anymore. But anyway, they got evicted, had to go in and clean out the house and stuff. But they left a bunch of shit behind. And when Mrs. Gimpy was over there, she called me and she goes, "There's boxes of comics over here. Do you want them?" I go, "How many boxes?" She goes, "I don't know yet, but there's at least 3 or 4 boxes." And I go, "How big a boxes?" She goes, "I don't know." "I'll go through them and let you know." I go, "Okay, fine." And so she calls me back. She goes, "Oh, mistake. It wasn't boxes of comics. It's just one." And I go, "Okay, how many comics are in there?" She goes, "I can't really tell, but I'm going to say about 50 or so." And I go, "Okay, fine." And I go, "Wait a minute, what kind of condition are they in?" She goes, "It looks like they're in good condition. They're all in little bags, and they've got little, boards in them to keep them from flexing and this other kind of stuff." And I went, "Okay, so somebody's actually doing a collection. Not a big collection, but it's a collection." I go, "Bring them over here and I'll go through them." And so she brought them home, and it's about 52 comics from about the late 80s, early 90s. And they're all in the plastic sleeves. They're all fairly. There's only one of them that's in bad condition because it was apparent the box was actually damaged on the top, and the top comic was a little damaged as a result. But it's not that good of a comic anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I went through and got estimated costs thanks to the internet, and turns out the 50 comics are about worth $250 total. I went, I can live with $250 worth of comics that I'll never read. So there's that. And they're all in really good condition, but there's nothing spectacular in there, like G.I. Joe and Transformers and a couple of DC stuff, but it's mostly Marvel, all from the late 90s for the most part. So, but they're, like I said, they're all in good condition. But it made me go through and look at some of my collection, because I have a collection of comics from the 80s, from the early to mid 80s, because I was really into collecting comics when I was a kid. And mine should be in good condition, but I haven't seen them in decades because they've been in storage. So they should be in good condition. But I did some price checking, and I still have, what is it, Secret Wars number 8 or 9, the first episode, or the first comic that Spider-Man got the new suit, the black suit, and priced on that one with a mint condition, that's only worth $250, something like that. I think that's the best comic that I have. So I posted about a mom who had her son died. He was painting Warhammer. She tried to give it away to her pawn store. The pawn guy said he wouldn't take them, but he could help her sell them. It was some thousands of dollars. Well, Warhammer stuff is ridiculously priced. It's super, yeah, that stuff is way overpriced. Anyway, look, money, money, mana stuff. Okay, so we're just going along coastline, beating up on stuff, picking up experience for Bashan and his little army. That is actually they're all elite now, except for that one. This one sword bond who's not elite. Not the best units, but it'll work. Okay, you guys, go guard there. Prices, the models, the figures, they're expensive. I never got into it specifically because they were so damn expensive. Super bad. Everybody's bad when they start. Nobody is good at painting that stuff from the start. It actually takes a lot of practice to get good at that. And the right tools, too. The paint for those models is not cheap either. I painted die-cast, or I don't think die-cast is the right word, but metal models back in the early 80s, again, when I was a kid. And I got into it a little bit, but I don't know where any of it is anymore. But again, it wasn't Warhammer stuff, it was Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. And those figurines were expensive. Well, for a 13, 14-year-old, they were expensive. And the paint wasn't cheap either. The plastic crankhead, you remember the price. Yeah, like I said, I never had any plastic. All my figures were metal. So they weren't cheap. $20 for a small paint bottle. Oof. Okay, build a road going that way into the swamp.
Hey, bag of water. It is time to take a break.
Good timing.
Go stretch your legs.
I will. Okay.
Your next break is in 1 hour.
It's not $20 for it. Yeah. When I was doing the painting, we're talking like 40 years ago, just to be clear. I was doing this stuff, painting little figurines when I was like 12, 13 years old. That was 40 years ago. Anyway, I got to get up, stretch some legs, get some water, that kind of thing. I will be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.